Malcolm Campbell was born on March the 11th, 1885. He became one of the most famous speed racers in history. He loved speed and he wanted to be the fastest man on both land and water. His passion for racing and his determination to break records made him a legend. He worked hard to make his dream come true. He built special cars and boats. He made them faster and faster. Over the years, he broke many speed records. People around the world knew his name, and they admired his achievements. When Malcolm was young, he was very interested in machines. He liked to watch cars and boats. He wanted to understand how they worked. He was a curious and intelligent boy. He spent time learning about engines, gears, and wheels. He wanted to make machines better and faster. He saw races and he wanted to take part in them. He dreamed about being the fastest man in the world. Malcolm started his career as a racing driver. He was very skilled and won many races. But he was not satisfied with just winning races. He wanted to break records. He wanted to go faster than anyone else. He worked on building his own racing car. He chose a special name for it, Blue Bird. He liked this name, and he decided to use it for all his racing cars. His cars were always painted blue. People saw his car and immediately knew it belonged to him. They waited excitedly to see how fast he could go. In 1924, Malcolm set his first land speed record. He drove Blue Bird at an incredible speed. No one had gone that fast before. It was an important moment in his career. But Malcolm was not happy with just one record. He wanted to go even faster. He worked hard to improve his car. He changed the engine and the design. He made it lighter and more powerful. Every time he set a record, he wanted to break it again. He continued to push the limits of speed. Malcolm tested his cars in different locations. One of the most famous places he used was Pendyne Sands in Wales. It was a long, flat beach. It was a perfect place for speed tests. He raced there many times. Large crowds came to watch him. They cheered when he set new records. They were amazed by his bravery. He was not afraid of danger. He wanted to go as fast as possible. He loved the thrill of speed. Malcolm was not only interested in racing on land. He also wanted to be the fastest man on water. He built a special boat. Like his cars, he also named it Blue Bird. He wanted to set world records on water as well. He worked hard to make his boat faster. He tested it many times. He learned how to control it at high speeds. It was difficult and dangerous, but he never gave up. He was determined to succeed. One of the places where he raced his boat was Coniston Water in England. This lake was famous for speed records. The water was usually calm, which made it a good place for racing. People gathered to watch him. They wanted to see if he could break another record. He was very focused. He knew that one small mistake could be dangerous. But he believed in himself and his boat. He broke many water speed records, just as he had done on land. People all over the world watched Malcolm Campbell's achievements. They read about his records in newspapers. They saw pictures of his blue bird cars and boats. They were excited about his success. They called him Sir Malcolm Campbell after he received a special title for his contributions to racing. This was a great honor. He was proud of his work and the recognition he received. Malcolm did not stop after breaking one record. He always wanted to go faster. In 1935, he set another land speed record. This time, he drove more than 300 miles per hour, about 480 kilometers per hour. No one had ever done this before. It was an incredible achievement. People were amazed. They could not believe how fast he had gone. He had done something that seemed impossible. He proved that humans could always push the limits of speed. After breaking the 300 miles per hour record, Malcolm stopped racing on land. He was older now, and he wanted to focus more on water speed records. He still loved speed and competition. He continued to work on boats. He wanted to go faster and faster on water. He broke more records and became a legend in both land and water racing. He was happy with his work. Malcolm's love for speed was passed down to his son, Donald Campbell. Donald wanted to be like his father. He wanted to be the fastest man on land and water. Malcolm supported his son's dreams. He taught him about racing, cars, and boats. He showed him how to be strong and determined. Donald learned well from his father. He went on to break his own speed records. He became famous, just like Malcolm. Malcolm Campbell was one of the greatest racers in history. He loved speed. He worked hard and he never gave up. He broke many records on land and water. He showed the world that people could always go faster. He made history. Even today, people remember him. His name is in history books. His blue bird cars and boats are in museums. People visit them to learn about his achievements. He inspired many young racers to chase their dreams. His legacy lives on.